Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm going to talk about peer observation as a professional development. In my presentation, first, I'll give you some information about what peer observation is, and then we're going to look at the existing literature to see what researchers say about this collaborative practice. Finally, I'll connect theory by reflecting on my experience and the insights I learned from peer observations. Peer observation is an educational method where teachers collaborate to enhance their teaching practices. To begin with, let's simplify what peer observations involve. It means teachers working together to learn from one another. We visit each other's classes to see different ways of teaching. It's like having a friend who gives you good advice about teaching. We share our teaching ideas so we all learn together. This helps us understand how our teaching affects students and other teachers. By doing this, we make positive changes in how we teach. So peer observation is like a team effort where we all become better teachers together, making our teaching connections stronger. Let's move on to the literature review. As Richards and Farrell explain, peer observations are like a teaching partnership. Imagine teachers sitting in on each other's classes, discussing what works well and what could be improved. Think of it as a cooperative learning experience, a supportive space where teachers share their insights. Richards and Farrell emphasize that it goes beyond the checklist for professional development. It establishes a culture where teachers support and encourage each other. That's why peer observations are more than just a regular teacher evaluation. To understand why peer observations are important, let's imagine it as a teamwork approach to teaching. According to Smith, peer observations work best when teachers choose to participate, receive proper training, and find a schedule that suits everyone. In simple terms, for this collaborative practice to succeed, we need everyone involved voluntarily, some training to guide us, and a well-organized schedule. Here are some more reasons why peer observations are more than just a way to get better at teaching. According to Patel, it's not just about getting better at teaching techniques. It is a reflective tool. This means that it helps teachers learn more about themselves and how they teach. Now let's look at why peer observation is such a powerful way to learn as a professional. Bandura says that we can learn a lot by observing other people. When talking about peer observation, this means that we not only learn from teaching others, but we also develop our skills by observing. Let's now talk about how peer observation has a big effect on self-efficacy. According to Donnelly, seeing how well other people do something makes you more confident in your own skills. How does peer observation work when the main goal is to help our colleagues improve their teaching skills? As highlighted by Bell, this process is often structured as a reciprocal exercise. What does that mean? Well, it involves a two-way process where they not only get observed, but also become observers themselves. In this two-way process, co-workers share their ideas, observe how each other teaches, and most importantly, they help each other. Let's talk about why teacher reflection is important. Many research studies like those by Yost and McMenamin show that teachers who reflect more are likely to do well than teachers who don't reflect as much. The important thing is that teachers who are reflective show that they can make quick decisions that meet the changing needs of their students. Let's have a look at what Richards and Farrell say about the benefits of peer observation. Their research shows that peer observation is an important part of teacher development because it makes teachers more aware of the problems they face and, more importantly, gives them ways to solve them. Besides that, this practice helps close the gap between what a teacher thinks teaching is like and what actually happens in the classroom. Basically, it's a useful tool for making sure that expectations are in line with what teaching is really like. All of these studies make it clear that peer observations are not just a single factor. They create a culture where teachers work together to always get better, a crucial part of effective professional development. Now let's look at the whole process of peer observation. As you can see, in the first step, pre-observation, we made sure that the experience would be focused and helpful. This means getting ready for the upcoming observation, setting clear goals, and making a list of objectives that are in line with our goals for improvement. As we move into the observation phase, teaching practices are observed. This is the most important part of the process. Careful notes and written records of the techniques and interactions observed are needed in this phase. As we move into the phase after observation, reflection becomes very important. Now is the time to think about the session that was observed, the feedback that was given, and how well the teaching methods used worked. Now, I'd like to share my own experiences with peer observations. In my own experience with peer observation, I have gathered some valuable learning points that have significantly contributed to my professional development. With this process, I gained valuable knowledge about various classroom practices, witnessing firsthand the different approaches used by my peers. This experience has not only given me more ways to teach, but it also has made me more aware of the problems that teachers often encounter. So let's look into these details and talk about how this practice has had a huge effect on my career as a teacher. Many years ago, I was introduced to the concept of peer observation. At first, to be honest, like many educators, I was both interested and nervous about it, uncertain of how my teaching methods would be perceived and whether this collaborative practice would truly contribute to my professional growth. As soon as I started this process, I realized that peer observation is more than just a process of evaluation. It's also a way to a shared learning experience. Collaborating with colleagues allowed me to gain insights into different teaching styles, strategies, and approaches. So regarding my experiences with peer observation, one thing that pointed out was how important it was to give constructive feedback. Rather than viewing feedback as a form of critique, I learned to perceive it as a valuable tool for refining my pedagogical techniques. Moreover, the reciprocal nature of peer observation added a unique dimension to my professional development. As I took on the roles of both observer and observee, I gained a holistic understanding of the teaching and learning dynamic. This dual perspective not only enhanced my self-awareness, but also deepened my appreciation for the different aspects involved in effective teaching. Peer observation also gave me a chance to see different types of classrooms and students. Learning from my colleagues' experiences helped me observe the challenges and chances in the field of education to a greater extent. This also prompted me to adapt how I teach so that I can meet the needs of my students. In terms of benefits, peer observation has been essential in creating a sense of collaboration within our academic community. It is not just a single case, but it's an ongoing dialogue that has contributed to a sense of cooperation among educators. So, reflecting on my experience with peer observation, I can say that it has a profound impact on my development as an instructor. This process not only improved my teaching skills, but also gave me a greater awareness of my professional identity, which made me even more confident in my ability to make a difference in the classroom. One thing that has helped me be flexible in education is how I observe other teachers. The chance to experience various ways of teaching has motivated me to use new approaches in my own practices. When I have had problems as an instructor, peer observation has been very helpful. Working together on discussions with peers has led to new ideas and practical solutions. Because of these shared experiences, I have learned how to deal with problems better and turn them into opportunities for professional development. Peer observation has also an impact on how engaged students are and how well they learn. Because of what teachers learned from observing, classes are now more interesting. The effective teaching methods I learned and used through the peer observation process are directly responsible for the positive changes I have seen in student achievement and learning outcomes. As I come to the conclusion of my presentation, I would like to say that it's an ongoing process of learning, collaboration, and improvement. I'm grateful for the valuable lessons, experiences, and the encouragement that peer observation has provided. Through shared experiences, constructive feedback, and learning from each other, I have not only improved the way I teach, but I've also helped my coworkers feel like a part of a community. The benefits go beyond the classroom and foster a spirit of teamwork that improves the quality of education at our institution as a whole. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your time.